You've got 3 days to go to the start. How do you feel?
A little bit anxious, probably more because of the weather window. They've put 4 starts out this time, so whoever gets the best start I've done a few races before, so whoever gets to Brisbane first is normally going to have the majority of the race tucked away. That cyclone that everyone's worrying about will be gone. Might be still a bit of ocean swell, but quite often after they've gone through, it can be a little bit lighter behind them because they draw a lot of power with them. We'll get a little bit of headwinds, light stuff, which the boat's not too bad in the light, and it's not too bad to windward, but the owners of the boat and the crew don't like going to windward. So
we came down with a delivery from Mooloolaba, and then went away for a week to get away from the boat, and then we've been back for 2 and a bit weeks. I mean, with a boat, there's always something to do, but our preparation's complete. We just got to go up to the top of the mast today and deal with the parrots that played with our Windex in Newcastle on the way down, and hope that no more come by in the next 3 days, because they find that very attractive, the Windex and the wind instruments at the top of the mast. Jon's done this race 4 times before. He'll be the only person to have done it 5 times when we finish the race. I've done a circumnavigation, so we both are fairly comfortable at sea. So it's more a matter of the first couple of days and getting into a routine.
Jon, this is your 5th race and the first one that you've done on a boat that you didn't build yourself. Tell us a bit about that.
yeah, being a boat builder and designer, I've always wanted to push my own work, so the other 4 races have been on my build and my design. So this is the first time that it hasn't been, but I did do a lot of work on this boat in Mooloolaba to ready it for this race from what I knew we were going to get in this race.
The other boats that you designed and built yourself, were they specifically designed for races like this?
Yes, they were. They were all specifically 2-handed races. The owners had come to me and say, design and build me a boat, and can you come with me? And that's how every one of them was, the last 4. And we got line honours in one and won our division in every other race.
You said before that the first boat that gets to Brisbane is generally going to be doing fairly well.
Yeah, because once you get north of Brisbane, you get into a trade wind pattern, which is normally southeasterlies. So you go from a reaching position to a running position with spinnakers on, and that's the fastest part of the leg up to New Guinea. What you got to watch is that a low doesn't develop out wide of you. We had that 1 year on Sayonara, which we got line honours, and it was hard running. Look, it all comes down to whether you want to win the race or you want to look at sunsets. And I've always had the mindset of, we want to win this, we're not going to just hold hands and be buddies. So it's how hard you want to push, but you just got to watch you don't push too hard, because you've got to finish to get a placing.
If you look at a 10,000 kilometre race, double-handed, it's the longest double-handed race that anybody does. Crossing the Atlantic is sort of 5.5, maybe 6,000 kilometers. So this is kind of like a double Atlantic crossing. And notwithstanding my American accent, I am a Kiwi, born there but not bred. And I've lived in Bermuda for many years. And a lot of the sailing I've done is in the North Atlantic. So we dodge hurricanes, not cyclones, at certain times of the year. And I've been across the Atlantic 3 times. But this is so much longer. So this is a real marathon mindset while you're racing. But as Jon said, if you think it's a good idea to fly the kite in 30 knots, well, it may be good for a day, or that may finish the race. So it all depends. Pacing yourself is key.
Is there a point where you think it's all downhill from here?
It's never all downhill. You don't know what you're going to get, yeah. Until you get into that Osaka Bay, anything can happen, yeah. So it's hard work. It can be easier if you just want to sort of get to Japan and eat comfortably all the way and sort of, look after yourself. But we want to push a little bit. We've got more of a handicap boat as far as we might do well on a handicap rating. So that's what we're aiming for.